man, welcome back to episode 107 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. I'm still me, your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and punk ass co-host, Malcolm D'Angelo Russell Jr. King. Don't trust this man with a telephone, with a phone camera, my friends.
You failed. Nice try. Call me Mr. Penthouse Suite tonight. Hollywood was getting too crowded. Spring break. What's going on, fellas?
Shit, another one. We got my guy, the dot connector in the building. We got Aaron Spencer. What's popping, my G?
Know what time it is, man. I'll just be out here, man.
You know?
Aaron's like the Draymond Green. I fucks with though.
Listen.
Dots need to be connected. I'll show up.
Hey,
we
yes,
got
sir.
my guy Q back in the building again. What's going on with you, G?
What's up, man? With the left hand.
I know that's right. Well, let's get it with the right. Let's hop into it. We got two 60-point games. And it's interesting, right? Because we just had the last title, Kyrie dropping a 50-piece. Just a week later, he's on the 60, right?
Right.
Now, granted, that 60 was against Orlando, and they are 15th in the East.
Is there a small little slither of information I can put in right there?
Definitely.
So the Sixers beat that team a few days before then, I think 1 or 2 days before then, and they barely slid by.
I was just about to say that. They've been playing good ball. Orlando's been playing good ball. And I don't even think they got Jalen Suggs in right now. I think he's injured.
Jonathan Isaac is by the way, he's still hurt for the rest of this season. He's still out.
Oh, yeah, my nigga Cole and my nigga Mo Bamba. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy though. That
They're going to be on the rise.
And it's like that. Because they have been playing good ball. I'm not going to act like I haven't witnessed that. So I'm not saying that to take nothing away from Kyrie, right? Because if you watch that game, or at least the highlights, you saw that it really wouldn't have mattered who he was playing. He was on one. He was on one. It was like he couldn't miss. He was on one. The only shot that even looked like he almost could have missed it, and he did miss a few shots. I'm not saying like he didn't miss. I think he went 8 for 12 from 3. Yep, 8 for 12 from 3, 20 for 31 total from field goal. But the one that Kevin Durant passed right back to him, he stepped behind the three-point line like he was on the corner, and he passed it to Kevin, thinking Kevin was going to shoot, and Kevin just passed it right back to him, and he just pulled it up. That one bounced off a bit, and I could even tell when he pulled it, like he wasn't prepared to pull it, but he was going to take it anyway.
Right.
And even that, when he saw that go in, it was like he was just taking shit up. Like, kind of like Karl Anthony Towns. I can't remember the one shot it was. He hit a 3. It was that 3 where I think he was getting guarded by, what's the big white boy? Jakob Poeltl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he stepped back in the corner.
No, not in the corner, where he was at the top of the key and he put his hand up and he brought his arm around his hand and then shot it. When he saw that go in, it was like, I'm going to just take shit now.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was, man, I was shocked when he hit that. You said what, Aaron?
No, is that San Antonio?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They beat him by what was it, 149, 139?
Yeah, I think that was it exactly. Yep. And he had 17 rebounds.
Yeah, he was balling.
No defense.
He said no defense. No defense. I mean, but keep it a buck. If you a big man like that and you getting 60 points, 17 rebounds, I don't expect you to be locked down on D.
True.
You know, like I don't expect you because now and this is the thing. I don't even know if I put everything I wanted in the title, but I wanted to put no, I didn't. Here's the difference, right? Now the difference is he dropped his 60. I think I'm jumping myself. But he dropped his 60, right? He first of all, let me say this. They needed that 60 to win.
Who?
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought about Kyrie 60.
No.
Oh no.
Minnesota needed
them by about 35. Some shit like that.
Minnesota needed that 60 to win. If he doesn't drop 60, if he only dropped 50, I know statistically they tie, but I think they lose that game.
Who's the best player on that team?
On whose team?
The Timberwolves. You know what Timberwolves?
Karl Anthony Towns.
You know what Timberwolves, right?
Yeah, T-Wolves.
I mean,
who's the best player on that team? Is it Cat?
Yeah.
I would say that's by far.
That's his team. That's his.
All right.
Anthony Edwards is on the.
I mean, if we're talking,
I'm almost Anthony Edwards shit, but all right.
That's what I was going to say. We're talking offensively, producing from the field, whether we're shooting threes, getting to the basket. It's Karl Anthony Towns team.
Right.
But
I agree.
From a leader aspect, Anthony Edwards showed me something. You look like he the engineer.
Well, see, here's the thing. Tell you that. Here's the thing with that, right? And mind you, in that game, Anthony Edwards only put up 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and he played.
He's the young bull.
He played for 30 minutes, right? So when you ask me something like who's the best player on the team, the first thing that comes to my mind is productivity, right? Because you may not be an elite defender. You may not be an elite scorer. But what is your productivity out on that court? And when I look at those stats, there's no way I can put him in the running for best play. I'm putting D'Angelo Russell over him.
Right.
It was a hot take. It was a little hot take.
Well, I look at it as
that was a cold take.
Right.
No, that was an outside take for me. I have to go.
Nah, I get it though. I get why you asked.
Because Cat to me is a superstar, right? Anthony Edwards, I like him a lot. I consider him a rising star. So he's on his way.
That's a good way to put it.
Cat's already there.
Well, I think another thing is that, and that's ironic because you are the big man, right? But I think for a while, a long time, and just now getting to that breaking point, we didn't consider a center to be the best player on a team.
Besides Shaq.
And I mean, even with Shaq, you can argue a few.
Olajuwon, but there's not a lot.
Right.
Will. Yeah, not a lot.
Will, right. You definitely got to put him up there, but.
We'll stop there.
Yeah, say what about
there?
But I'm saying, what I'm getting at is that's not the marquee position. That's not the position people come out
It's
for.
not, typically.
It's not the athletic position. It's not the entertaining position. It's the textbook fundamental position. And
that's what I was getting at when I was going to say the difference between the two. When you watched both games or, both highlights of their points scored or even highlights in general, you could see that Kyrie was out there working with the paintbrush, right?
Oh, yeah.
He was showing you his greatness out there. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Cat because my thing with Cat is Cat's a big man. And a big man isn't supposed to do what he did in that game to hit that 60. So even though Kyrie's looked prettier, something in me is still a little bit more impressed with Karl Anthony Towns because you put up the 17 with the 60. Like, you were doing everything, and it was sneaky. When watching Kyrie do that, though, you could see he was gradually winning over the Orlando crowd.
Right.
And at the end of the game, the Orlando crowd were on their feet, even though their team lost. But they were still booing Cat, trying to get him to miss free throws at the end of the Spurs game is what I'm getting at.
I think what's interesting about Kyrie also is I think it might sound stupid. I'm going to go ahead and say it as a disclaimer, but he still rocks real baggy jerseys and bottoms, shorts, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like, and it's like, you know, what's jiu-jitsu when you can't wear like a Komodo or some shit? You can't wear
Komodo, is it?
A gi? Is it called a gi?
There you
go. You can't wear it because you can kind of move around in it. You know what I'm saying? People grabbing at his jersey, they won't be grabbing shit. It's be grabbing air. You know what I'm saying? I kind of see that in this game too. Like he has like an odd way of playing where it's deceptive, like real deceptive, like not just dribble moves.
Right.
You know?
That's interesting. That's interesting that you put it. You know, that's a perspective I don't look at.
Very tight clothes. Let's just be honest here.
Right.
Yeah. We all of us on this panel own a pair of jeans that's a little bit too tight.
I used to. I got rid of mine.
You're telling the truth.
You got one in the closet.
You are telling the truth. I got a pair that is like I don't like.
You find yourself trying to keep up with the trends, like
skater.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. The trend.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're saying that he just he just does him. He just does him. But you know what it is though. He calls himself the what? What did he call himself?
Who?
Kyrie.
Oh,
I can't think of what he called himself, but it was something along the lines of Kobe.
Does he have a nickname?
No, he doesn't have a nickname.
Uncle Drew. Uncle Drew.
That's
is that a nickname?
They call it. Hey,
I feel like that's an
alias. No, that is. It's the movie. I mean, it is an alias, but
all right.
You know, because that's a character in itself. It's not like it's him.
It's gonna be him at that age doing that shit.
But it's been his character even before the movie.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Since the Sprite commercials or whatever.
I think that's his. That's his.
So it's like Larry Johnson then.
Correct. We have Grandmama.
Yeah, nobody says that Grandmama is Larry Johnson's nickname.
Grandmama.
Although that is how I identify him as Grandmama. That's the first thing that comes out my mouth, and then people say Larry Johnson. What is that?
About that. That's Larry Johnson's Grandmama. You've done it to yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
He the NBA's Medea.
You spot on, my friend. That's exactly what's going on.
So I guess you may be right. Maybe Kyrie is Uncle Drew because I always say Grandmama before I say Larry Johnson.
And he acts like somebody's Uncle Drew. I'm not going. He acts like he.
He the uncle. Everything come through me.
Yeah, that is funny.
And it stops here.
That's all you niggas is talking about. I ain't doing none of that shit.
Right, right.
So let me ask you a question though, right? Because here's what's interesting about that 60. First of all, the nigga had 41 in the first half alone. Yeah. Second, he ended the game with 8:32 still on the clock when he left the court.
He probably could have put what 7?
But 8:32
He probably could have thrown up at least 70, high 70s, 80.
True.
Because at the rate he was scoring, it wasn't like a Cat rate. Cat was very sneaky with his scoring. Kyrie it was just almost like just give him the ball. Just give him the ball.
Well, you got to think about it too. Kyrie took some shots that he didn't want to take, but he took them.
Right.
And Cat was uber efficient. You know what I mean?
Right.
He 7 from 11 from 3. 19 to 31 from the field.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was real careful with his shot selection. He made sure he had time to grab a rebound if he needed to.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was the difference. Kyrie he was on one. He was in another. He was somewhere else.
He was in his zone.
He was somewhere else. It was going in that night.
Right. Period. To take it back to go ahead.
No, I was gonna say even as we've all been some type of athlete at some point in time. Wherever y'all sport was.
When you're on.
Yeah. Some days you're like, man, I was that nigga today.
Right.
Did you see that?
Hard in recess.
Yeah, I was going for it. I was going.
Went hard in recess. That was you, Mal.
Hey, I seen this meme one time. It was like, remember back in the day at recess when you had like 6 interceptions, 10 touchdowns, or like, you know what I'm saying, on little quick pickup games with your friends and shit. I said, damn, yeah, used to fight the man. Like I was on.
That really
for the
never
record,
mean shit to me though.
I was gonna say for the record, I don't count recess.
Right.
Well, just the competitiveness, like
right. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna show you. You know what I mean?
We talked
like,
about it on Do Fools Agree. When I was in elementary school, I broke 2 different people's bones on recess playing football.
Hell no.
I did that in my neighborhood.
I just play hard in general. You know what I mean? So
he broke my son's leg. He jumped.
right. It's a part of the game. I apologize.
He jumped.
Could have been our leg. We just was on the better end of it. I say that to say I was playing sports at the recess level. You know what I mean? I started football at the earliest age, 4 and 5. Like, so I was already out on the field. I didn't really consider recess was just like a form of practice.
We used to play 7-on-7 basketball.
Yep.
7-on-7 basketball.
That's too many players on the court.
You know how I hack? That's where it came from. 7-on-7.
Wow.
You're not finna get hurt. You can't go to basketball. You can't go to school. You know what I'm saying?
7-on-7, damn.
Man, can you move?
What I'm saying, but that was recent. I didn't consider that real basketball. I just considered that playing.
Now, y'all was being nice. You went to that Christian school so they wouldn't let you tell kids they couldn't play. It's what that was. No, get your ass off this court.
Right.
4 of y'all got to get off this court. And y'all can wait. Matter of fact, 4 of y'all join the team, pick up a third, and you got next.
Nah, them niggas jumped the fence to play basketball with us, man.
So you have there was older kids, and y'all have a choice.
I'm not gonna name the road, but back on that road, back behind that fence, they used to go ahead and jump over.
I know what road it was.
Yeah.
I know what road it was. But the bottom line is, what that means is y'all wasn't playing 7-on-7. They was playing basketball, and y'all was just out there.
Nah, all right. No, you can say what you want to say. I'm not gonna say it. But you know how I play basketball. You know how I play basketball.
I do.
It's not a. I'm not gonna say it's unpleasant, but you're not finna go to the basketball hall.
Aaron was hurting giving real injuries out on the court.
That's what I'm talking about. That's real ball, though.
Like, no blood, no foul. Fuck that. Like, that motherfucker was taking motherfuckers' heads off.
Yeah, and right, it was at Christian school. We was wearing uniform and shit and loafers.
Fuck that.
Getting hurt.
They gotta
everybody mama on the court.
They gotta cut your uniform pants off.
All my kids' parents got patches on them.
Oh shit! Oh shit! That's real life. That's real life. But yeah, nah, fuck that. I wouldn't even play basketball with this nigga anymore. We talking about horse 21. Not doing that. That motherfucker hurt you before he let you do something. Not doing it.
With all due respect.
Look, he can't.
With all due respect, what?
What?
I thought you was about to say with all due respect.
I just said it. With all due respect, nigga. That's what
with all due respect. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all you get. That's the line.
Right. Nothing was incorrect. Just with all due respect.
Just mad after that. Just be as mad as you want to after that. With all due respect.
But fuck that. We ain't talking about that. But that brings up an interesting point, though, right? Because I ask myself that specific question is, and it's, once again, not to take anything away from Karl Anthony Towns or Kyrie. We're talking about two that may go down at the best of their position, one of the best at their positions. But is it a testament to, I guess I kind of answered my question. I feel like it's kind of a testament to how soft the game's gotten.
Well, we all know the game has gotten soft.
Right.
I mean, look what jersey and hat I got on. Oh, we know the game got soft.
That's just crazy. I do get the pastel colors and all that, but you know what I'm saying? That shit.
I was a fan. I'm not gonna lie.
But I get what you're trying to say. You can't hand check. You know, people get away with flopping at all. Flopping's at an all-time high, even though they have the penalty.
No, I think it's fallen off since last year.
You can't do
that. It was the year before.
No, it happened this year when James Harden got awakened when he tried to do his due and got frustrated early in the season.
James Harden changed this whole game up. I can't do this. Man, I'm gonna keep doing it till y'all tell me I can't.
Right.
He seen nothing but this all game long. Nobody touch it.
Right. Can you keep your feet to yourself, James Harden? That's the only motherfucker that'll take a 3-point shot and land in your space. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to come down in their area, and it's like, God damn, this nigga landing on top of my shoes.
You already know Draymond Green kick you in the nuts shooting the shot.
He do that shit on purpose.
Right.
Damn, your leg come up real high. I'm
Draymond Green.
Back up.
Right. And,
get back.
And you didn't fade. You didn't even fade away. You just.
God damn.
Draymond Green's a neutralizer.
Yeah. He's one of the people. He's like, I think, I don't know, but somebody compared him to Dennis Rodman a little bit. He is a little bit.
So.
Just a little bit.
So.
A softer version of Dennis.
He may not be the whole package, but he has some of the attributes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Now
you won't see Dennis Rodman bringing the ball up.
Right, that's what I was about to say. He's also more skilled in the attributes that he lacks.
He's a more well-rounded basketball player.
Right, that's what I meant. I don't want to say skilled.
Dennis Rodman was way more of an athlete than Draymond Green.
But Dennis Rodman was also a specialist, whereas Draymond Green.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
it's almost a perfect evolution of the same player, in my opinion.
You talking about like if Dennis Rodman actually,
if he had to come up through this time, he would be a Draymond Green.
True.
You got an ugly three like him too.
Look at Dennis Rodman Jr. Like, look at how he plays.
Dennis Rodman Jr.?
Yeah. He might not be a junior. I think his name is Dennis Rodman Jr., but
who does he play for? I never seen him.
It's either his senior year or he's not in
high school?
College, I don't think.
Oh, okay. I ain't never heard of him.
But he plays like outside in. Like, he'll shoot a three, he'll drive the lane, he'll do that, but he's not playing down in the paint and then moving out. He's playing outside in. Kind of the same way like you look at Lil Bronny.
He plays, so his name is DJ Rodman. He's 20 years old.
So he is in college.
He plays for the Washington State Cougars of the Pac-12 Conference.
Okay.
6'6", 215.
He's 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
And Rodman was what, like 6'8", 6'9"?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll grow a little bit.
And it's Rodman, 6'7". They got him.
You think he'll stay that size, Aaron? You think he'll stay 6'6"? At 20, you think I think he can still grow a little bit.
At 20 years old, bro. That's kind of, you might got an inch left.
Right.
Yeah.
But you got to think of how many players come out their first year of college into the league and then grow those inches.
LeBron was 18. LeBron came out 18. They said he was 6'8". Bullshit.
What about Kevin Durant? He came from Texas.
Bullshit.
He went to 7 foot.
16. Bullshit.
He came from 6'9" to 7 foot.
No,
you saying he didn't grow at all?
No, what I'm trying to say is that Kevin Durant, when he got drafted by the Supersonics, was like 6'9" at that time. He was 19 years old, fresh off of Texas,
right?
Something like that. And then over the time, when he got to like 2021, this thing ended up being like 7 foot. LeBron is 6'10" at least. They say he's 6'8". If you look up, LeBron is 16.
But it makes sense of him being 6'8"
exactly,
at 18.
Because when they take your measurements when you first get in the league, that's what they use for your whole shit. I think I said this before.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is that
it was way back. It's okay.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that when you're 17, 18 years old, and you come to the league, and I'm like, okay, so your name is LeBron James. You're a 6'8", 6'9", something like
And
that.
all I'm saying is I point
LeBron might be 7 foot. I'm saying 6'10" being conservative.
Right.
I ain't nigga, but this nigga 7 foot. Shit like that. Look at him on the court. Next time you watch LeBron play, look at him on the court. Look at 7 footers. Like, damn, this nigga might be at least 6'11".
Yeah, he tall. He real tall. But
Or it might be the shoes, some thick ass LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, that motherfuckers got soles on them.
them boots.
Thick ass LeBron, nigga,
Listen.
put an inch in your ass, nigga.
That's what I was gonna say. They gave him a couple inches on the shoe.
They got soles on them. All of them. All the LeBrons I got a pair of soles on them.
Hey, feet be comfortable though, I guess.
Nah, they narrow.
Is that what
They
LeBron-
narrow, they tight.
Jay's is narrow too though.
I don't know. I don't wear them.
The J's ain't as narrow as the other. Those is like the only shoes I can really wear that my foot feels comfortable in. Yeah.
Well, ones is definitely narrow. I can tell you that.
No one's my favorite shoe.
Really? You
One's
ain't never
my favorite
balled
shoe to
them,
wear.
huh?
Huh?
Play basketball on some ones.
Oh no, I wouldn't
Yeah.
play basketball in ones.
It's like playing some Chuck Taylors, nigga. Your feet gonna be hurting. So
And I bet they make the couch noise when you cut. Like, you know how you sit on a leather couch and they make that. Like, I bet the shoes do that. Like when you cutting out ones on the basketball court. Like you don't hear no. You hear the leather squeaking. That leather stretching on your ass. Next thing you know, you got one's booties on. They ain't even real basketball shoes. They just loose leather around your foot.
With the sole gone.
Nah, wouldn't sole be the first thing to go? That thin ass sole on them ones. Nah, I'm
That's what I'm
cool on
saying,
balling
man.
on some ones. What was Mike thinking? Them couldn't be the ones Mike had on. Mike had some custom insoles in them
They said
motherfuckers.
his feet was consistently bloody after most of his games. And what was his first major injury? To his foot.
Yep.
And he had to pay a fine every time he wore them motherfuckers.
Every time he did or didn't wear them.
Every time he did, because they had red in them.
And I think it was too much black or too much. It was too much red. It was too much one color.
You know, back in those days, it was white uniform, white shoes, black uniform, black shoes.
Right.
Or dark
That wasn't the
uniform, black
ones.
shoes.
That wasn't the ones, was it?
It was the ones. The
It
ones
was
had,
the ones.
That was the ones?
It was nothing but black and red, and the sole had a little bit of white in them.
Right.
That was it. He got fined for them shits. Well, Nike got fined. I think Nike paid for the fine.
You know Nike paid for that shit.
Yeah,
that
I
was
ain't got-
publicity. They was probably like, fine him every chance you get.
And my feet hurt too, though. Don't worry about that. We'll fix that next year. Welcome.
What was I about to say? What was we talking about? Before we talked about the Jordan balling in the Jordans.
And we was talking about LeBron.
Oh yeah, him being tall and all. Oh yeah, I'm just saying, look at Kevin Durant, regardless of being 19 coming into the league. To grow from 19 to when you get to OKC being 7 foot does not make me think DJ Rodman or whatever his name is.
He got
can't
drafted
grow
by
a
the
few more
Supersonics.
inches.
He got drafted by the Supersonics.
So what's that mean?
It's been longer than that since OKC. It's been like 2009.
Well, I said from when he got drafted by the Supersonics to when he ended up in OKC 7 foot.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. So he still has more time to grow. But I don't think he's going to be like much taller than his dad by any means. We all know, let's be honest, and I'm going to keep it a buck here. If there's any children listening, cover your ears. Dennis Rodman like the fuck. You feel what I'm saying? Dennis Rodman, and I'm not trying to, listen, Dennis Rodman fucked for what he wanted. Right? The same one that had Carmen Electra hid in the hotel room.
Right. He fucked for what he wanted.
I'm just saying, like, you know.
He way through life with his dick, and he made it to the top.
He made it to the top. Listen, that came out weird, but what I'm getting at is we know that he liked the fuck. He left and went to Vegas mid-season. We know what it is. So what I'm getting at is,
man, he was like, "Hey, just go out there and make sure you don't do nothing stupid. Just follow him around."
And Michael Jordan told him to be his ass at practice.
listen.
Everything.
So what I'm getting at is I doubt that he was, and this sounds weird too, right? I doubt that he was like breeding his child. You know what I mean? Like, you know how some NBA players will look for a woman of a certain stature to have a child with to guarantee that their children, like, that's what I'm getting at. Is we know Dennis Rodman wasn't looking at it to how can I give my next generation the best. He was just probably just fucking like he likes to do, you know? So his son you may be right, Aaron. His son may be lucky that he hit 6'6". You know, based on his mom's genes, he may not be able to get too much taller than 6'6", 6'7".
What happened to Jordan's kids?
You said what?
What happened to Jordan's kids?
What? How tall did they get?
No, it ain't about that. It's just a skill that they acquired.
Well, I'm not talking so much as skill as
No, there was of size. They were like 6'4".
Yeah, they were a size.
You know,
They were a size.
6'4",
especially
6'4".
in that era where we weren't getting so big as
but you also so even if Dennis Rodman's son is 6'6", he could play in the league. Just depending on what type of drive does he have. But I don't know that question because I've never even seen him play.
He looked good, but like I said, he works from the outside in, so it's that almost get. I don't want to say that. That lets you know that he is focused more on the skill position criteria. You know, shots, driving, layups, dunks, all that. Don't know if you're as gritty or nasty as your father, and I mean that on the court. Like,
I'm not going for expertise. Oh shit! Like fundamentals, like he's not going for footwork. Getting my shot together.
I don't listen. All I'm saying is you can't judge. That's why I said at the beginning of the conversation, it's like Bronny and LeBron. You can't really judge them the same.
No, you can't.
And it's not that neither can be as great as their father. It's just you can't judge them. They're not doing the same shit. The game has changed since then. Like, we're in a league where Karl Anthony Towns, a center, can have 60 points and 17 rebounds. Do you think that kids are focused on what Dennis Rodman was focused on? Fuck no.
Right.
No, it's just not happening. So it's hard to be like, will he be as skilled? Well, that depends on what you mean as skilled, because we're not in the same league. Mm-hmm. We're in a league where we would consider Dennis Rodman a bum.
Because he didn't score.
Right, because we consider Draymond or Andre Drummond now a bum. Like, all you do is get rebounds and play D. Like, that's not enough.
Dennis Rodman was getting like 15, 16 rebounds a game. Back when you could have one stat and kind of be a superstar.
I was about to go in, but then I thought about it because I was about to say there was this point in time where Andre Drummond was averaging about 19, 20 a game.
Yeah,
but we also gave him more credit then as well. So I'm not going to just say that we weren't thinking he was a bum. I'm not a guy that thinks Andre Drummond's a bum anyway. But there's a lot of people that think he's a bum because he's so one skilled.
And injury prone. That's why I think.
And injury. Listen.
But that's not the way he started.
No, he didn't start that way.
It ain't about how you started, but it is about how you finish.
Yeah.
But he's always been a heavier big too, right? Drummond.
Yeah.
The good thing about Jokic, about Nikola Jokic, is he doesn't exert himself. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do big leaps. He doesn't do anything on his joints. He plays the game at his own speed.
Yeah, I don't think he could do it. I would.
He can do it.
But he can dunk.
No. All right. So that's okay. So all right. So boom. Look, he's 7 foot. Yes, he can dunk. If he doesn't have a 15 to 20 inch vertical, he shouldn't even be in the league.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is that he has a skill set that's so precise that his athleticism doesn't matter. Right. He has a quarterback arm.
Right.
Go down the court, a dime pass for a layup. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's correct. That's absolutely correct.
If you want to fuck around and foul me, I'm 80% and some change. I forget what it was.
Right, from the free throw line.
Yeah, I have everything covered. Yes, I can't run faster than you. I can't jump higher than you. but foul me and let me get to my top of my little spot.
He's like the Tom Brady of the league, and I don't mean that from a greatness standpoint. I mean that from I'm not the most athletic out here, but I know the game enough.
I don't even want to bring that up. But all right, yeah. You talking about.
What, that he coming back? Is he coming to Tampa though?
Boy.
He's coming to Tampa.
Yeah,
I'm a Tampa fan. Somebody say something.
Yeah, in Tampa, man.
I lived in Florida for a year, so I can't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry. That shit was terrible.
But anyways, hey,
look, I've been a Tampa Bay fan for a long time.
You have even before you lived right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even like Tom Brady like that because he's from Michigan. But sometimes when it's wartime, you got to pick sides.
Right.
You got to pick a general. If you're going to war with me, I'm going to war with you.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you for that.
Well, I mean, being a Tampa fan, you could have Jameis Winston still.
I like Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston would have been a top 10 quarterback if he didn't throw so many goddamn interceptions. This is a different show.
Right. Y'all got to show on Saturday.
Well, listen, while we're talking about LeBron, he had another, LeBron had another 50-point game as well a few nights ago.
Yeah, I'm not trying to leave LeBron out because I've stated multiple times I love LeBron. I really do. But I also feel like you need to be tucked in the bed you made.
Yeah, you know now he's alone. Now he's alone.
Right. You need to be tucked into the bed you made. You made this situation in LA. It's not working out and you have to score 50 to compete. So even when you lose, I hope it doesn't get to the point of temper tantrums because I saw the whole situation with him slamming the ball and cussing his teammates out, and it's like, what did you expect, my G? What did you expect? You traded away the whole team.
Right.
Who else was supposed to rebound with you?
Right.
There's nobody out there. One rebound. There's nobody out there. That's on you. So yeah, the 50, the 56 or whatever it was the game before, or not the game before, but a couple weeks before, because he sits out between his 50-point games. But
he shouldn't have to do that now. That should be playoff LeBron.
Man. Right. That should be
playoff LeBron.
But there's no play-in LeBron if he doesn't do that now.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's the unfortunate part about it. Is like if the Lakers worked out how they should have with Carmelo and Russell and all that shit, you would have LeBron scoring 50, 56 in the playoffs right now. We got to do it right now. It's expendable. I don't know, man. Malcolm,
I blame LeBron for not pushing the organization to make a trade before the deadline.
For who?
Need to get rid of Westbrook.
It don't matter. They can't run with what they got now. It don't even matter at this point. You need productive bodies, and you lost that at the beginning of the season.
Need to bring Jimmy Butler to LA.
No.
Did they have a chance to bring Jimmy Butler in?
Nah, he would never work in LA.
Nah.
You don't think?
No.
I think so.
Nah, he's too rough. They wouldn't like him after a while.
Regardless of that, I think he would work well with LeBron.
If LeBron
doesn't have a problem with taking the 2 or the 3 role, he's just going to get his.
Whoever LeBron wants, he can get it.
Hey, Jimmy don't like other superstars like that who want to play with him now.
I mean, that's true, but
Jimmy
wants to win a ring.
Because he left to go to Philly knowing that Philly had superstars. He just thought he could work with them, and what happened were egos. But when you're dealing with somebody like a LeBron James, who of course has an ego as well, but we know that he's smart enough, he could put that shit to the side. That's what he did with Russell. That's the reason why he didn't get traded by the deadline, because he put his ego to the side and was like, let me give my nigga a shot. We did
who else in that locker room besides LeBron and Jimmy Butler has their work ethic?
Has each other's work ethic?
Yeah, because Jimmy Butler works just as they're both. I mean, the Lakers don't.
It wouldn't.
They don't
be.
have it.
It
They
wouldn't
don't
be.
have
Yeah, there wouldn't be.
There's nothing attractive about going to LA.
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves is a dog, though.
My gosh.
I don't care what nobody say. If he can get out from under the bullshit, Austin Reeves is gonna make a name for himself.
All right, boom. So if y'all got like a 12-player roster and you get him in at like 7 or 8, I can dig it.
I'm not saying he leads the team for you.
No, that's what I'm saying. So 7, 8 on the roster, 7 or 8.
I'm saying that Austin Reeves could be a good 6-man in the next 1-2 years. He just has to have the experience. You have to have the reps, and he's not getting enough reps. Every time he gets a rep, he makes a big play in LA. A game winner. Something happens with Austin Reeves in LA, but you're not giving him reps. The same way with Tyler Horton Tucker, right?
Yeah.
Last year. And now he gets more minutes this year. It's almost like they're a step too late. Like you can't see the talent that you have while you have it. Right? Same thing with Randall. Same thing with Kuzma. Same thing with
I'll give you that. I'll give you the Ingram, Kuzma.
Right, Ingram. That's who I was thinking of. You're just you're a tad too late with recognizing talent.
I think it's like this. I don't know, but I think LeBron. I don't because LeBron is a. Here's what I'm gonna say. In all seriousness, LeBron is a pivotal person that grew up. He's my age, probably a year older or some shit. And he changed the game, right? I'm gonna give him his credit and all other type of shit. But nigga.
What you laughing at when you say the
hey, bro,
what?
Hey, look, because I'm my own person. I got my own. I'm
just saying it sounds like you about to send my nigga the way you laugh, like, but. Go ahead, but what? But what?
Oh, right. I don't remember now because you done threw me off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look, LeBron has had every chance to do something wrong, right? And this is just I'm trying to give him his ups, right?
Right.
He's done a lot of great shit. He's a great person. But when I watch him play basketball, I don't know what it is. So when he picks the people he wants to play with, it's always the wrong people.
What?
Right? Almost. So boom. So he went back to Cleveland, right? He went back to Cleveland when they got Kyrie. Was he a part of them acquiring Kyrie?
No. You're right. I agree with everything you're saying. Okay. I agree with everything.
All right.
I'm just saying, I don't think that you can equate the two. We know that LeBron's an awful GM. Awful GM. Go to owner. Skip GM and go to owner, G. You got the money, do that. GM, hire someone, period. But you can't put his play into the fact that he made a fucked up situation with who he chose to play with. Because his play is still exceptional. How many players are at his age in the NBA, nonetheless? Because the NBA could be the most skilled sports league there is.
You gotta be able to run and jump. For real. You gotta be able to run.
But it's more what I'm saying is if you judge by skill players, right? Because a lot of the other teams have filler. And it sounds fucked up, but you're filler, like when you think of football, the quarterback, the wide receivers, the running backs, the chess pieces that move the ball.
The core pieces
are considered skill. So when you look at that compared to basketball, it's almost even, right? Because you're limiting everyone in between. You get what I'm saying? So skill to skill, you have more skill players in the league than when you look at the MLB. Yeah, it takes skill to do any sport, but how many people do you know don't swing for the fences and they just bunt to try to get on base because they're fast?
No.
That person's not being counted right now.
No.
I think we have a polarizing view of LeBron that actually ends up being a little bit similar. I think my weaknesses towards him are
player picking. You made that clear. What else?
No. What I'm saying, like it's not like there's not.
Weaknesses
I'm
in
not
game though.
in game. His game is great. What I'm trying to say is, look.
That's all I wanted to hear. I just
No,
thought when you laughed
no.
originally, you were about to like try to be on some
No,
hater
his
shit.
game is great, but it's like this. It's like, when you're playing against somebody that's inferior to you,
Right.
you don't play as hard as you could and score as much as you should. That's
Now
all.
listen, no, I agree. I agree with that. And listen, for it to be said, because I know Q, you may not know either. I'm Team Jordan over James as far as the better of the two players. And with you saying that, that's a good point, because Jordan didn't give a fuck who he was playing. I'm dropping these buckets.
Right.
There's not a night off. I'm not taking this night lightly. I'm dropping buckets. In LeBron, you can tell I'm taking the night off. I'll drop 20 and I'll dish it out and be conservative.
Out there. How you doing?
That's that on-court coach. Oh, yeah, so-and-so got it tonight. I could just...
Right, but I'm not saying that that's a bad thing either, because I actually respect that more about LeBron than I do Jordan.
Yeah, but you can't do it with a team that don't give effort.
Now, that is correct.
That's
correct. Now, that's when it... Can't do what?
You can't do a Booby Gibson and Verge.
That wasn't his fault, though. That wasn't his...
Okay, all right. I'm going to first thing. So, I'm not going to go that far. LeBron is one of the greatest to ever do it. Top two to me. Top two, top three. Is LeBron,
I agree.
It's LeBron, Kobe, and Mike. You put them in the order that you want to put them in. It should be somewhere in there. You want to put LeBron first? That's cool.
I'll say top two.
No.
I'll just say LeBron and Mike. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Kobe by any means. Kobe was great, but we've had this conversation as well. Malk, I know you know what I always say. I feel like Kobe was a shadow of Mike. Kobe did everything Mike did. Kobe tried to be Mike so much that it was like, where's Kobe? And that's why it's like, that's different. That's why I'm not the guy that immediately says Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. Because to me, you're Michael Jordan 2.0. And I don't mean that as like the upgrade of Windows. I just mean you're the second version of him. You tried to be him so much. That was too much for me.
You got a different number three then?
I know we talked about it, Q, in the game chat. I'm a big Iverson guy. I don't know if I would give him 3 of all time, but when I think of like those skill positions, like excluding the Kareems and the Worthies and all them, I think of Allen Iverson when I think that high up. Like, yeah, he was something different, and he did it on his own, like his own way. There's only one Allen Iverson. There's only one Michael Jordan, and the fact that you tried to mimic him so tough, I can't give you P's on that. I can give you P's for how good you were, but where exactly did Kobe Bryant, where was Kobe in that?
Well, I mean, Kobe got chips.
And that's a hot take. I understand that for people listening, they're like, that doesn't make sense. But does it though? Does it though? Like what can you...
Well, we can't say that Kobe was a Michael Jordan 2.0. Kobe played the game for 20 years and never took a season, a year, whatever the situation is, off. Now, I hate getting into this, and I understand Michael Jordan lost his father, and that was a very rough time, and he decided to take his break and go play his other love of baseball.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I respect it. I get it, but you took some time away from the game. At the end of the day, you were great. You were amazing. You were arguably the GOAT, depending on who you had the conversation with, right? But you left the game for a period of time. One thing I respect about Kobe is that motherfucker, don't matter whatever would have happened, this nigga would have never left the game.
No, I agree with that.
He loved the game so much. That nigga literally blood, sweat, tears.
At the same time, I don't know if I view that as a plus in Kobe. Like I view that as Mike was so good that he could leave and come back and still reign as king. and
And
you
that's
had
exactly what
longer
he
to
did.
do so, and you still
Hey,
didn't.
can I add this little small piece in?
Uh-huh.
Scottie Pippen talks a lot right now.
Right.
He gets on my nerves.
Oh
But
man.
them 2 years that you had. So look, all right. So I'm gonna put it better like this: if Scottie Pippen had made the finals during them 2 years Mike was gone, his argument would be valid, but got bounced out pretty quick.
I think he was number 2 in the league. I do
No,
think.
I'm not saying Scottie Pippen is not a look. Scottie Pippen was a premier offense and defensive player.
Right.
Right.
He just gets on my
Premier.
nerves.
He was the original Klay Thompson.
But at the same time, he did some
Don't
whole
be trying
shit.
to recycle my takes.
Who, me?
Mouth.
Me?
Say that? Did you say that before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was the original.
Trying to do some whole shit, right? So look, you trying to come up behind and say that, all right, so these 2 years you had 2 years to prove something to somebody that you had what it takes to take this team to the next level by yourself, right?
Right.
And that's fine. Like when the shit was going down, that didn't mean nothing. But now you trying to bring up, I'm a Jordan fan. I'm sorry, man. You know, whatever it takes.
Right.
You bring up old shit that you could have talked about with a nigga back then, but now it's something new. That's terrible to me, man. You
Right.
Hear something, bro.
Right.
Like, look. If you felt like I was faking during the flu game, keep it funky. Be like, hey, nigga, look, you ain't shit, did you?
Right. Right.
Look, nigga,
Right.
fuck with me. I be like, look.
Right, but it's between me and you.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have to speak on it, but I understand what you.
Hey, Jordan knew what kind of dude he was.
He's
Look at him
stupid.
now.
He's stupid.
Look
You
at
know
him
what I'm
now.
trying to say? Like, look,
Pippen running his
what
mouth.
person I am.
Yeah, he don't
You
give
know,
a fuck.
you know how I rock. I'm sick right now.
Right.
Chill out.
Right. Right.
You get
That's
my
all you
shot.
need to know.
Exactly. I'm
I
making
don't feel
shots.
the
Am I fucking up?
Hey, you don't think Scotty would have been like, ooh, coach, he
Yeah,
faking?
I do.
Exactly.
I do. I think he's that kind of person. And it's
I'd
funny.
have had a little bit more respect if he was that whole shit back then when it
Right.
happened.
Right.
We on
He
action.
ain't had no opportunity because nobody told him shit.
Man, look, you could have been up closer, man. Look, you just scored 62 with this.
You see how he was mad at everybody on the last play of that one game where he didn't get the final shot.
Yeah.
You see, everybody was over there. He was over there.
Pouting. He was pouting and
They
shit.
gave
Yeah,
him
he
the
was all
curve.
bad. Yeah, you just go sit out there, Scotty. You don't want to fucking get in.
Right.
And that shocked the hell out of him. He didn't get that Michael love that we need you. Just get in the game. Be the
I'm
decoy.
Scottie Pippen.
Any other team would have bowed though if they didn't have a Michael before that.
Correct.
Any other team would have been like, you know what, Scotty, you're absolutely correct. You got the rest. Green light. But because they already seen Mike, they like, who are you? Sit down.
Right.
Fall in line.
Mike's playing baseball. Sit the fuck down.
He even called him back. I'm not gonna go too far into it because I'm an MJ fan. But he called him back during the playoff series. You know what I'm saying? Did the hand signal on the 2-3. Whatever the fuck I did it backwards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Come back. How do you invite somebody back when you act like you don't need them? I'm gonna stop right there.
Right.
Back up and digress. Because I'm a Bulls fan. And at heart, I like Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, you definitely hijacked on some bullshit. So since we gonna talk about the Bulls, let's hop into that Bulls Cavs loss. Now this is one I'm not surprised about. We talked about it, and I said that I
tried to let you bet it back. You didn't want to bet it back.
I told you I wasn't gonna bet it back.
I don't get that, but you should have.
Because you need your money back, right? It's okay. It's okay though. I gotta think smart. I can't think with my heart. I gotta think with my mind. And what it comes down to is Jared Allen's not in the game. That's Evan Mobley's first real game playing center. I can't risk a bet on Cleveland in that situation. And we don't have Karis LeVert back either. Problem. Not betting it. Same situation with the Heat. They lost to the Heat too. I wasn't going to not bring that up because I'm not that kind of nigga. I will always take my licks, right? So if motherfuckers would like to talk shit, I definitely have no problem welcome the shit talk. But I will say, in my defense, because you know I cannot go down without a fight, y'all ain't have a real Cavs squad. Now, go ahead.
No, you're right. We'll leave it at that.
But listen. I would like my licks. Give me some licks. What's going
What,
on?
what position are y'all in the East? Are y'all six?
I mean,
are y'all 6 or 7?
Yeah, we 6 in the East, 39-29 at the moment, and we're probably getting our ass whooped by the 76ers as
Yes, you are.
If y'all 6, y'all playing.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
I gotta get my TV mounted up here. So
Caruso came back against the Cavs with 11 points, 4 steals.
Caruso did what now? Oh, you talking about again in that Bulls game?
Yeah, he had 11 points, 4 steals in his return.
I said that Bulls game, that Cavs game.
Well, Bulls Cavs game.
Right, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I'm here to all Bulls questions. Are there any? Is there anything?
Ain't else? No Bulls. What about what's going on with Zach LaVine? What's happening?
I don't know.
Is he hurt? Is it an issue? Should we be worried? Is he just taking time off? What's
he on FMLA?
I think we should be more worried about a playoff position. I don't know what's happening over the break. This is another break. March Madness.
Is he mad about DeRozan?
What? Mad about what?
Is Zach LaVine mad about DeRozan being there?
Why would you think so?
Because
too many sheriffs.
Right. As much as I'm not even gonna give that credit. I'm just gonna say we know that Zach LaVine was on the what's that word? The big one, precipice. Is that right?
Whoa.
Precipice. Right? Being the number one guy on Chicago. He almost was for a couple years without them assigning him that role. So what I'm getting at is right when you were on the verge of and had brought Chicago back to being relevant, if I say so myself as well, of thinking they're going to add somebody below you to assist you in getting there. They add somebody above you and your numbers drop off, you're hurt, you're missing games.
I would say this. My immediate rebuttal will be the fact that we added Lonzo Ball along with DeMar DeRozan makes it so where it's like we added scoring and passing. So,
right.
We're going to give you the ball, but we're going to give you somewhere to give the ball.
Right.
That was a good thing. So I think Lonzo Ball was the equalizer. So if it was just DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, it'd be a little coarse. And then you have Alex Caruso. He's Caruso. And the rest of the team.
I like Alex Caruso though.
I do too.
But you like him because of his attitude.
Correct.
No,
that's it.
I'm not gonna sit here and say
he'll ball if you let him.
But look, check this out though. But you understand people's how do I describe it? Their confidence.
Right.
Like I'm here. Like, give me the rock. And you be like, you sorry as fuck. You didn't give me the rock though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't give me what I'm talking about. So what I'm trying to say is like I feel like Lonzo Ball was that in-between piece that made it work well. Now, you're talking about a long-term answer, I think.
I think he ass out.
I think egos clash in about 2 years. But
I don't think it's gonna take that long.
You think so? Until then, I'm optimistic. Until then, we fourth.
Y'all are currently fourth in the fourth. East, 41-27.
Fourth. The Heat is number one. Shout out to this nigga with the colorful color.
Yes, sir.
He got on the Hawks jersey. They ain't in the playoffs. It's the Bulls. It's the Heat. And the Cavaliers, to your credit, I think I said this before, man, you called it. Darius Garland be balling.
He does.
Niggas be
Look,
balling.
And I said, give him one. I said, you know, it's fucked up, right? Because I love Colin Sexton and I love the combo as well.
But it looked like it's better with him not in there. Does it?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that because Colin Sexton. The difference between Darius Garland and Colin Sexton is Colin Sexton wants that ball at the end of the game.
yeah.
Give me the ball. It's no questions asked. Give me. Darius is still iffy. That's a part of the confidence that he hasn't got yet. And I said it early on when the injury happened. I said, as messed up as it sounds and as upset as I am, this is the best thing that happened to Darius Garland. Because now he has no choice but to get his confidence up running that squad. And that's exactly what he did in the meantime. Which leads me to believe that we already know they can work. Now, egos may have changed in the meantime. That's, you know what I'm saying? But Darius Garland still does not strike me as the guy that is not pass first. He's getting the ball out of there. You know what I'm saying? He's almost how I play with y'all in 2K. Like, nope, I'll get the ball to y'all. If you need me, I'm here.
Yeah,
Colin is the opposite. Colin is Danny. Give me the ball. Give it to me.
Shit. Yeah.
So you're saying he needs to be more of a floor general?
Darius needs to now.
Yeah,
Now Darius
yeah.
needs to control Colin.
Maybe,
like, hold up,
maybe,
Colin. I see
but
you.
maybe it isn't in him. Maybe it's, you know, maybe he needs to be that facilitator and play that role. So when Sexton come, you know, I think it'll jail well if he don't get the
He's
big
gonna
head
have to. He's gonna have
take
to
over
Well, no, it's going. That's the
for the
thing.
future.
He's
For the
not going.
future speaking.
I agree with everything. He's not going to be able to have the big head with Colin Sexton.
Right.
You can't. You
Yeah.
cannot. It's not going to
Yeah.
work. So what he has to do is have the smaller head, but still have the bigger balls to be like, nah, give me the ball. I'm taking the ball up the court. You do you, but you don't need to take the ball if we know you're going to be the one going to the hoop. Let me develop the play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only way it works. Colin can't just automatically give the reins back to Colin because Colin's not going to look for Darius for those threes that he's hitting currently running the squad.
Yeah. That's true. But I mean, I like that they put the ball in his hands.
And who's?
When the game's on the line, Darius
I got,
in Garland's hand.
and that's what, Darius is the more accurate shooter, but I got more confidence in Colin. I want the ball
as
in
far as
Colin's
making the
hands.
shot, yeah. As far as making the shot, yeah.
He's the confident one. I want it in his hands. Darius is still feeling it out. But he's learning how to run his team, and that's what I appreciate.
Exactly. I like him for. He's that facilitator.
Right.
Per se, if you want to close the game out. If you're not looking for him to get a bucket, you're looking for him to make the play.
Right.
To win the game instead of going to get the bucket. You know what I mean? And I think that's better for his IQ. So.
No, it definitely is, and it's not going to do nothing but help him improve. But I will say that one game that Karis LeVert did come back, it's almost like motherfuckers listen. Or maybe I should be a coach. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as he came back, it was like he just played his role. Like, it wasn't like he was forcing shots, none of that. He ended the game 11.7 rebounds, 3 assists. I can't remember what his field goals were, what his shot percentage was, but he didn't take a lot of shots. And that was the first thing I was impressed with. I was thinking, yeah, you need more points, but that's your first game back off the injury. We're not sweating that.
Right.
I just think he's playing careful. He's taking the careful shot.
He only took 2 threes. He ended up 1 or 2. I know that for a fact. I can't remember his field goals, though. That's what's bothering me. But I know it wasn't like what it usually is. It wasn't 4 for 21, nothing like that.
That's like tonight. He just took his first 3-pointer of the game, and that's 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Listen,
4 for 9 from the field, 11 points.
I like his game. I love his game. I just want him to find his role in the team without thinking he's the hero. But I did the same thing with the Bulls about that Aaron did with the Bulls. I
I mean,
hijacked the Jag.
honestly, with no Jared Allen, y'all need a hero.
But you know what though? Um, Jared Allen opted out of surgery.
Ooh,
He
that might
opted
be a
out of
good thing.
surgery on his finger, so that means if he doesn't get the surgery, he can be back by a couple games around the playoffs.
Yeah, so y'all, yeah.
So we can see Jared Allen back.
Ooh.
And you know what? I don't think that may not be a bad move.
Man, what happened to the good old days, man? Take them two things together, man, and just get out there,
Right,
man.
right.
Tape them up. We'll worry about that next year.
And they soft. They ain't doing that.
It ain't like you
I'm
shoot
telling
anyway,
you.
right? He don't even shoot, so it's not even like it's going to affect your stroke.
Y'all
Might
gonna
make it
tell
better.
me, y'all gonna tell me all them years Alonzo Mourning had these fingers taped together like this and there wasn't nothing wrong with them
Man,
things?
listen. You
Man, he
wasn't
blocked
taping
so much.
you wasn't taping it up to be fashionable. That's all
He,
I know.
Right.
one of them holding the other up.
But I will say in that Heat game, I was looking at I'm sorry. We
I'm gonna
talked
bring up.
about last I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I was gonna bring up something in the meantime about the Heat.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's nothing, but there's a dude on that team named Max
Bruce.
Strus.
Struce, uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I didn't know.
Yeah, he's something.
Oh, you didn't know?
This is
I
rookie
ain't
year? Or it's his
Yeah,
second
about this
year?
year. I didn't know
no,
last year. I'm talking about this year.
second year.
Second year.
Yeah, yeah,
He's nice.
Cause I remember watching him in
yeah.
the
Oh,
our
you seen them
first
13 points in 3 minutes last night?
I saw some before then, but even then, I did see that last night too. Though, what I'm trying to say is that that's a nice little. That's
Yeah,
somebody
you
that
didn't.
I haven't really heard of before.
Well, you
right.
know, he took over summer league this year.
That's where I first got hip to him.
I was, I
Is
was, I
this year's
was on
summer
game.
league.
Y'all on game. I didn't know.
Oh,
I'm
your
just.
bad. Hey, man, we loaded. There's a
Yeah.
lot you don't know. We
Okay.
loaded, man. We ain't at the top for no reason now.
All
But
right, he like five. He like top five in y'all's points. Top.
Yeah,
Still.
yeah.
yeah, but that sounds about right. But what I was about to say is I wanted to I guess kind of somewhat give you a piece, right? Because we talked about it last, and I'm not saying one game makes a difference, but we talked about it last week about I said Kevin Love may be sixth man of the year, and you said Tyler Hero may be. And I was looking at the game, right? And Kevin Love ended with 11, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Tyler Hero had 22, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. But I also feel like Tyler Hero's 22 meant more for the game. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you look at the stats, it's somewhat even when you factor in the rebounds. But I kind of feel like Tyler Hero's points made a difference in them winning and losing.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's all about when they use him in the game and when he's scoring in the game. It's
Right.
always at a pivotal point in the game where they may be up by 1. So, oh, boom, now we're up by 7, 8 points. Or we're down by a couple of points. He comes off the bench. Now we're up 5. You know, he's that instant. He's that spark, man.
Right.
He's
Go
that
ahead,
spark.
Aaron. You might be saying what I'm saying.
No, I was gonna ask you who is your more go-to player? Is it Duncan Robinson? Is his name? Is it Duncan Robinson?
Yeah, Duncan
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
his
that's
name.
Payne.
That's his name.
Or Tyler Hero? Who would you
Copy.
rather have on your team? Who was your?
Tyler
You
Hero.
rather have Duncan Robinson?
Well, I need a ball handler. I need somebody that can facilitate as well as score the basketball.
Okay.
Duncan Robinson is not that.
Right.
You know,
Who
he
you-
shows flashes of getting to the rag, maybe hitting a layup here or there, but
I don't think it's
he's a marksman sharpshooter.
I agree,
He's a dead eye.
but I don't think
Right.
it's outside.
He
of
said
him.
dead eye.
yeah.
Hey, cute him with the 2K lingo.
I don't think it's outside. I don't think it's outside of him though. Like I don't think it's outside of his ceiling. Like not saying that he's doing it currently, But I don't think that you couldn't get him on a level of being able to bring the ball up the court because his ball handling getting terrible.
Who's
He
that?
can pass. Duncan Robinson.
Oh yeah.
He
of
can
course.
pass. I just think that it's a situation where they don't use him like that. It's copy and paste, G. It's like, why would we use you that way if we got the same dude that's doing?
It's a hard coaching decision. It's a
he's not as athletic as
Tyler coach decision.
Well, that's something different from this year towards, if we're looking back to last year. Last year, they kind of drew plays to where he handled the ball here and there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This year, they're not doing that. They're getting him the ball in the same spots where he was shooting. He's just choosing what he does with it. And that's where the success is coming from when he does go to the rack because everybody thinks he's shooting.
Tyler Hero is also out a little bit last year too, and it kind of forced him to play.
Yeah, he had a couple of injuries and COVID and all that good stuff. Yeah. But I mean, Tyler Hero.
I don't know though, but I guess
that's the question.
That's an easy.
Hero.
You're going Tyler Hero 6-man. Tyler Hero 6-man.
Tyler Hero. Man.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean,
what you say, cuz?
You didn't see that 3 hit last night, though.
No, I'm not saying nothing against
Made Detroit back off, and they. Oh, okay, yeah.
Sometimes it's people on your team you have to choose one or two. If I had to choose one,
well, Duncan makes some good trade value.
All right, now see now you rolling back on him.
I'm just saying because if you were to make a trade, you ain't making a trade to go down.
You right.
So I keep Tyler Hero. I ain't messing my team up.
Right.
And what I was gonna ask, and we'll get off of this and move on. But what I was gonna ask is, how were they using Tyler Hero? And you kind of answered it for me when you said they'll be down a couple and bring him in. So they have that confidence in him that they'll say, bring Tyler Hero in the game and let him. Okay.
If you watch a Heat game, no matter when they sub him in, just watch when he makes that first entrance in the game. It's never the same minutes on the clock. It's what Spo says. You know what I mean?
All right.
And watch what he does. He instantly gets the ball in his hand. He might not shoot, might not take it to the right. He might dish it off. But there's going to be a ball going in the bucket, whether it be a three, whether it be in a dunk, whether it be in an alley, whether it be in PJ Tucker from the corner. It's going to be something happen, and it's going to be instant, and it's going to cause a spark, and they're going to make a run.
Okay. I listen, I hear you, and I've been looking at his stats, and they have been impressive. But I can't say that doesn't sound like a bit of fan bias there.
It could be fan bias, but he ain't proving me wrong. So as long as he got my back and he pick up the phone when I say, "Hey,
right,
let's go." Yeah. Hey, we look last week were we 2.5 game lead in the East at the top? Think it's the same this week.
Are you saying on here that you can beat the Bucks in a 7-game series?
I'm saying that we beat them before with the same squad, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right.
Well, it may, though, right?
Well, we had minus pieces, not them.
No, it won't matter because y'all won't see them until...
I'm looking for the Eastern Conference Finals.
That will be a good Eastern Conference Finals. It'll go 7. It'll go 7. I ain't gonna take that. I ain't gonna say we sweeping the Bucks. I ain't getting the big head. None of that. I can see 7 tough games out of both squads. So
would that be Eastern Conference though?
If not the Bulls, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, the Bucks sit at number 2, don't they right now?
No, they're 3, aren't they? No, they're
no. The Sixers.
The Bulls are 4. I think the Bucks are 2. It's the Nets and the 76ers. I think the Nets is. Wait a minute. All right, I gotta look it up. But I know the Bulls.
The Nets is down.
Bulls are 4.
Yeah, they're down. The Nets are down there.
All right, so the Bulls are 4. The Heat is 1. Heat's 1. I'm doing this off the top of my head. Heat is
Man,
one. Two is,
I'm getting it for you right now.
Right.
two
got
is two. Hold on, man. Two is the Bucks. Three is the 76ers. And the Bulls is 4. Check my shit.
I
And
think
then,
it's
You right.
yeah, I'm right, goddammit, because I'm looking at the screen.
man.
Seriously, though. Bulls is 4 though. I know the Heat is 1. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, that's fact.
Of course.
Between the Bucks and the Sixers was 2 and 3, and then the Nets is down there somewhere.
They like
They're at
9
number 8.
or are they
They're
8?
at 8. Yeah, they're
They
at 8.
they 500. They 500 right now. I know that. Fuck. I'm off besides then. The Hawks might.
The Hawks are under the Nets. They're at 9.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
So many Hawks.
Don't forget about the Celtics now.
Jason Tatum balling.
That's
So
who it is. That's who it is at 5.
So Celtics 6. They 5 or 6.
They're 5.
They're 5.
Cleveland's at 6.
So who's the 6 then?
That's who it. We're 6. Cleveland 6.
Talking about weird. I'm not weird.
I pat my chest.
Yeah, Pat.
You ain't included in this.
I'm not
coming for your seat, motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck all that. Fuck all that. So we
the Lakers is out.
Hey, the Lakers don't want to talk playoffs right now.
That's all right. Look,
LeBron gonna catch a heart attack before y'all make the playoffs.
Oh, son, that.
Hey, but Durant put up what 53, a season high on the Knicks. What, a couple nights ago, season high. Durant had 53 points on the Knicks.
Yeah, look at that.
You said what? I didn't see that either.
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
I'm not saying that's not true. I'm just saying I didn't see that.
Yeah, Kevin Durant put up 53.
And I definitely didn't
it's actually
the Nets. He's talking about the Nets.
Yeah, the Nets.
Oh, I thought you said the Knicks.
No, they played the Knicks, and he put up 53.
The Nets should be in the top 4, I think.
No.
What?
You're thinking a recent play. They haven't. Yeah, over the season.
Nets, man.
First of all, when is Ben Simmons going to suit the fuck up?
They still don't know.
Yeah, they said
they're still hoping he plays this.
Hey, my back hurt, man. I can't run right now.
Did y'all hear about how KD called out the New York City mayor on the
But I mean, I understood exactly what he was saying, and Mike Wilbon got in his ass. Because basically what he was saying is it makes no sense that he could be in the game courtside to watch a college game, but he can't be on the floor to play with us. And I understand exactly what he's saying. And Wilbon got in his ass because he was like, because it's a health and safety hazard or whatever. Yeah. Because I understand the protocol, and that was the protocol, right? When there was that extreme threat now not so extreme, right? It's almost like just because he's not playing with home games, if your fear of violating that health and safety protocol is having him around other players, it really doesn't matter if he's playing around them in away games.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, KD makes sense. Like, it doesn't make sense because you're not protecting anyone from anything. He's still playing these players just in their house. So what's the difference?
Right, still on the court with them, no mask.
Yeah, and Kyrie's proving the point because he went to the college game and then turns around the next night and goes to the Nets game.
Right.
So, you know what I mean?
He's not a fool. One of the questions.
You got the Coach K game too?
Huh?
The last game of
the farewell game?
Yeah, was he there too? Nobody knows. I don't know either.
I don't. I can't give that
answer. If he was there too, then you might as well just let him be at the NBA game.
Exactly.
That man's 72, 73 years old.
He judging it off the life of Coach K. Like if he didn't pass, so he must be good.
Right.
Listen. But my question is, because I feel like Do you think Kyrie is now making the NBA put pressure on the governors and them to lift restrictions?
I got a quick answer. But the Yankees. Think about it for a second. There's a lot of players in that team that have not been vaccinated. It's the Yankees we talking about.
You're affecting multiple sports now.
This is the
It's
Yankees.
not just one anymore.
That's where I come in at. Like, I don't know the big players of the Yankees. I think it's Aaron Judge. Somebody else.
Aaron Judge, Alex Rodriguez,
Giancarlo Stanton.
Not
Alex Rodriguez. That's who I meant. Yeah.
All right. So
how did I? They traded for him a couple years ago from was it the Astros?
No, the Marlins.
The Marlins. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not out of
Miami boy.
Okay.
Well, I can't.
But yeah, that's who I was.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, the Yankees is a more important team from my eyes to New York than the New York Knicks are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the Brooklyn Nets are below that.
Then the Yankees, yes.
No, I'm saying then even below the Knicks. So it's almost like we don't give a fuck. But the only reason why I asked that question is because it's like, look at what Kyrie's done in just the past couple weeks. It hasn't been able to play. They said that he's only participated in 21 games this season. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the scoring that he's doing in those games, it's almost like the NBA is like, we're losing out on money. We're losing out on people. Like, if you watch,
what's the best selling hat in New York right now?
The Yankee. But that's beyond. That's for culture. That's beyond
I'm gonna back
fandom of the team, though.
I'm gonna back up. I'm back here.
He leaned all the way back.
That nigga's stupid, man. I understand what you're saying, but I mean, listen, it's New York. It's New York at the end of the day.
LeBron, the only lone member of the 30K, 10K, 10K club. 37 years old.
mean? What did you say?
He was throwing out LeBron's we'll talk about it. Go ahead.
10,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you gotta congratulate my G on that.
Showing out.
Yeah, congrats to LeBron on that. But fuck it, let's get down to it. What the fuck is Pauly P on?
Oh boy.
What happened?
Hey, look, man, I'm gonna speak up.
Speak up.
Thoughts.
I'm gonna speak up. We all been there before.
You just said a keyword.
I'm not naming nobody, but we all been there before.
I'm not saying that you should name anybody.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Look.
Don't say anything if it involves me.
No, I'm not gonna say nobody because of what he said incriminates everybody. Because we've all said it. That's why I don't want to say nothing.
Wait, no, I'm not talking about anything about what he said.
Well, all right, then what did he say? All right.
I'm talking about the video, that video.
All right.
Okay, I'm following now, right? But all I'm saying is that's you on demon time, right? Just you on demon time. You gonna do that live on IG?
I'm straight face.
Oh, we're talking about. I'm with y'all now.
You gonna do that live on IG? First of all, you're old. You're too old. You're too old. That's number one. Nobody's Googling to see Paul Pierce's sex tape online. Not a one. I can't say not a one. Because I'm sure there's people out there that want to listen. I'm sure there's people out there that if she's... I'm not saying anything bad about Paul Pierce. I'm just saying, who wants to see your old ass shit? Any of it.
Nobody wants.
Somebody, clearly, I guess.
Like, I feel like it's almost like you got a vendetta. You trying to show out for ESPN for real.
Right.
Like, fuck ESPN. I'ma just keep wilding out.
I feel like we all know somebody like that. We lying to ourselves. We didn't. There's always somebody out there just... I'm not saying nothing against Paul Pierce, but there's always somebody out there that they be on that type of shit. Like, I'm just gonna back out right there.
No. What? I feel like you got something to say. What you got to say?
You can't tell he holds back real right. Heavy.
Say what's on your mind. Say what's on your mind.
There's a lot of creepy old people out there, man. And I don't get down like that. The creepy old people. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna back out. I don't got nothing else to say. I want to bring up something else.
All right, live your life, Paul. Right. I'm not saying my nigga's not living his best life by no means.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you on Demon Time IG. If you just on IG live like that, that's wow. Like that's wild. Like you're in your 40s.
How much was he making off of ESPN?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You said how much was he making at ESPN?
Right.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. But I don't know.
Nothing crazy.
You think the motherfucker can get more OnlyFans? Because I feel like that's the route he on. Either we see a Paul Pierce sex tape or whatever. If that motherfucker was willing to do that on it, I'm not even going to.
It was for 3 years, 10,583,760.
He got $3 million a year to talk shit about basketball.
But
yeah,
that was
it.
Contract or that was per year.
Average salary per year is a little bit over 3,527,000.
Okay.
And they gotta talk all type of shit about basketball.
And they got $8 million guaranteed at the signing.
All right.
Well, he should be good. My G don't. He should be good. But I'm saying like that's
Wait a minute.
He was fired. I mean, he was fired though. I mean,
right. But I feel like.
So how much did he actually get?
Guaranteed. You can't really take it back after you fire him.
No, because they got him for the live.
Listen, that was incorrect. I want to retract my statement. According to another article, that was something else. When Paul Pierce was playing basketball, that was not his
ESPN
analyst.
I was about to say, because he's been kind of continue.
So it said Paul Pierce was being paid a little bit over $1 million per year.
That's still not bad, though. That's still not bad.
For sitting on your butt for 2 hours talking to a camera. I mean, about what you did for a living. That's awesome.
I mean,
right.
Listen, I ain't diving into his life as long as he got it and he listen. It ain't tricking if you got it, and if you happy, I'm happy for you. But
right.
Maybe he looking for the woman that will pull it out on camera. That's just the first one he was able to videotape.
Listen, if he
better a guy can send, because you can't record a video without consent.
He looking for the OnlyFans, you know.
Listen, she knew she was on camera.
Yeah.
She knew she was on camera. We was on IG Live. Wasn't no consent needed. She don't need to sign something afterwards.
Nope. She ain't got to sign nothing.
Bitch, you see the box?
Just keep on giggling.
Listen, right. She seen the red light and she putting on for the camera. Listen, I'm not mad at all that, right? I'm not mad at all that. She did what she was supposed to do. But why did you
for a piece of change?
No, apparently that's supposed to be his girlfriend now. I'm just saying, why are you taking it that far on IG Live? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some young man shit.
Must have been drunk as hell. Paul Pierce looked like he alcoholic.
I guess this is midlife-ish, huh? Damn, my nigga, he said Paul Pierce look like he alcoholic.
That nigga look like an alcoholic, bro.
Man, did you see the live that he did? The 13-minute live he did that got him fired?
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He gets that drunk. He gets that fucked up, man.
What'd you say?
Nah, that nigga was on some other shit.
He was on weed. He was on liquor. He was on.
That's not enough.
Hey, look, that's why I said, look, I replied back to your message, my nigga, because look, at some point, you better look. You gonna pull it out?
You're on live though, my G. That's not a camera. That's not a private video.
No, I'm not saying that. But look, that's what he said.
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. In his defense, he's retired now.
What's that got to do with?
So he can do what the fuck he want on camera.
That's what he just did.
But can you like pull your shit out on Facebook Live? Like, don't you think like somebody?
I don't.
I don't think you can do that.
I think somebody would be like knocking at your door over that.
I'm gonna say this. Look, I have no social media. None.
There you go.
I have none.
I have it. I barely use it.
I don't know the protocols, but what he just did was very bold.
I don't know the protocols.
What he just did was very bold.
He really set her up.
He set himself up.
He set her up. What if she was really on that? Like,
I don't know. All that seems squirrely to me. Am I wrong?
Hold on. You will hope your girlfriend have a little more respect for herself.
That's what I'm saying. That sounds squirrely to me. Like, man, both of y'all sound terrible.
I don't know though. Like, right? Because, and I'm just. I'm just thinking from a different perspective, because if you're from a different lifestyle, like we're thinking that way from our lifestyle, but we're also not living their lifestyle. And by no means am I saying that this young lady is on the level of Paul Pierce, but at the same time, the way Instagram and social media works, it's very easy that she could be making more than that $1 million ESPN was paying him.
I call her an opportunist.
Yeah.
But is it an opportunity though? That's the next question. Because
he got money in it.
You got fired from a job that was paying you a little over $1 million a year. But the question is, how well were you managing your finances beforehand? Because let's be honest, if you are a let's put quote unquote like a sack chaser, that's not enough. That's not a big fish right there. You know what I mean? Like he no longer has the job that was providing him that. So now I'm not saying he doesn't have other means of income coming in. I'm sure Paul Pierce still has bread coming in from other places, but that was your main. Let's not act like ESPN was a little bit of that. That was a bulk.
Right.
And somebody who's trying to like make an opportunity, I can't see would go after that. Why would you go after that?
I
think that's legit.
All I'm trying to incorporate is that you understand the path that was being taken.
You are talking in some old spy code.
Exactly.
You've been talking it the whole episode, and I listen. I can't keep up.
He's on Da Vinci
Why you
Code.
think I'm laughing the whole time? Because I know where he coming from.
He on some Da Vinci Code.
No, he owes some. Hey, that's big up.
I'm not that far off, but I feel you though. I understand what you're saying, but there is a lot of question marks.
Are you trying to censor yourself, or are you? You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to listen. I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? It's usually not that hard to really. You don't even have to say nothing usually, but
I'm just gonna back off.
Thrown me for so many hooks.
I'm just gonna back off.
Stop throwing the hook. Let them know. Let them know what you mean. Tell them the story. Explain it.
Don't back off.
That's what I would like. Okay, so let me ask you this. Is somebody hurting you in that locker room?
Oh. Oh shit!
Is somebody stopping you from saying what you want to say?
No.
Okay. All right. I mean, we could throw an alleged in front of it and say whatever. So that's why I'm kind of like, do you have some information I don't have? I just thought he was just kicking it with a bit.
Oh man. Whew.
With a business associate.
Pauly.
And they didn't have those same HR rules that we have, and they decided to get closer to each other. He just didn't have any business recording it and putting it out to the rest of the world. Like, imagine how big. I'm not even gonna say that because that's a low blow, or is it? Not gonna say that. Imagine how big a lot of these young ladies could have gotten off their sex tape if they could have put it out live in front of everybody. And I guess that's what OnlyFans is. I guess the. Guess I should. Guess.
Oh shit!
Listen, but. Listen. So I guess I should have put the first title out. Maybe Pauly P on his way. Maybe it's a old ass Pauly P sex tape that come out.
Hey.
Or you gonna see him enrolled into OnlyFans with his young lady.
If he was smart, he would do that, and he had that Push and P song played in the background. Push and P. Look, yeah, he'd be a hit. Look, that motherfucker would do numbers. Alone off of that.
Oh shit, this thing is crazy.
Look at Pauly P's ass playing Push and P getting some butt on live.
Listen. Moving on. Rookie of the year, and we'll wrap it up. Where we at?
Evan Mobley.
Ooh, that's tough.
Well, yeah, no, I just wanted to bring up the Kia Rookie of the Year ladder because Jalen Green just got bumped into top 5 now.
Okay. Yeah, he's been balling.
So it currently stands Evan Mobley, and I'm still kind of confused on this, right? It currently stands Evan Mobley at first with 5.1 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, 2.6 assists. Then it goes Cade Cunningham, currently at 5.5 points per game, 16.5 points per game, 5.8 rebounds per game, and then 5.2 assists per game. So that's where I'm like, I don't see why he's not number one currently. Because even if you're basing it off of how important you are to your specific team, I don't think the Detroit car moves without Cade.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're winning. They're winning, especially. That's why he's climbing.
Right, like I understand that you got what's your name? What's your boy's name? Sadiq. Sadiq
Sadiq
Bey.
Bag.
Oh, Sadiq Bey, yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
he's not no hoe neither. I'm not saying that,
Nope.
but
Who's
it's like
Sadiq Bey? No, timeout. Fuck that. Who's Sadiq Bey?
Sadiq
um
Bey,
where'd he
the
come out
tall
of?
guy with the afro.
And he got the little
Oh,
Wiz Khalifa
Yeah,
blonde and I'm trying to think of what college he came out of. He was a rookie last year
yep. Don't make me lie about what
or the
college
year
though.
before. It might have been last year. I can't remember all. But yeah, nah, Sadiq Bey's a dog. But what I'm saying is there's nobody else that could run the team like Cade Cunningham currently is, which is why he's a rookie and he has 5.2 assists per game. That's a
I
lot.
mean,
So I feel like Cade should be number one. I really, as much as I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan and I want Evan to win, I don't see why Cade's not number one right now. But then we go to Scotty Barnes at number 3, 15.3 points per game, 7.6 rebounds, 3.4 assists.
yeah, and K beat them by 2.
Well, I mean, that ain't really saying nothing. I guess it is, right? Because
Yeah,
I
it
feel
is.
like Darius leads them to win over Toronto. Like when Cleveland beats
Mm,
Toronto, Darius is the reason why they led
yeah,
them. On the other hand, Cade is the reason why Detroit would win. In Evan
a
Mobley
close
just got the
one.
rebounds. But another thing is, let's be honest, that they're only counting points, rebounds, and assists when they put it in a rookie ladder. If we're averaging steals and blocks as well, that's
Hmm.
where Evan Mobley takes off away from everybody else.
Yeah, uh,
No, I guess I agree with that.
I play Cade's injury is the biggest factor here. He doesn't get that number one credit because he didn't start the season. He was hurt.
All right, because
He'd have been doing this all year. Look at him.
who's the best Cleveland Cavalier?
who's the
Oh,
best?
oh,
Like, what you mean, like?
I just asked you, who's the best?
on the
Well, I
team.
mean, right now it would have to go to Darius.
All
But
right.
that's why I mean. That's why I said, what you mean, like currently playing, like.
No, I'm asking who was the game changer? So it's Darius Garland.
No, the game changer is Colin Sexton.
And he's been out since.
The start of the season.
All right, man. So who was the game changer for the Cavaliers? Is Darius Garland?
Right, since Colin's out, yes, I'd say that.
Right.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
correct.
All right,
Or
so
or since we acquired Karis LeVert, Karis LeVert just hasn't come into his role of being the game changer
you
yet.
think you think Karis LeVert could be better than Darius Garland?
No, but I think there's a difference between the best player on the team and a game changer.
All right, so here's what I'm asking. So y'all are fifth or sixth?
Sixth.
All right.
Right.
So you're on the is it 76ers right now?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
The best
That's
player in
it.
that series is Darius Garland.
Currently, yes.
All right.
Otherwise, I would say I would like to say best player would be Jared Allen. At
I'm
least in
trying to
this.
say there's an interesting battle in the East right now as
Right.
far as top seed. Top seed is probably going to be 76ers and the Bucks.
Oh, it's
For
112,
what?
110 with 23,
For
16
what?
seconds.
In what season?
What? You don't think that's going to be the top 2 teams in the East? The Bucks
What you
and
mean? At the end of the
The
season?
Bucks and who?
the 76ers.
No.
It's going to be the Bucks and the Heat.
That's what it's looking like right
I
now.
think it's gonna be the 76ers and the Heat.
Ooh.
I mean, James Harden don't show up for big games. He hasn't proven it yet.
Well, we're talking about. Wait, are we talking about coming out like? Wait, what was your question?
I'm talking about the best 2 teams in the East. I thought it was going to be
Right.
the Bucks and the 76ers.
No, I think it's gonna be the 76ers and the Heat. And when you say James Harden doesn't show up for big games, that is absolutely correct. But I think that usually doesn't start until the playoffs. So when you ask me that question, I usually don't think coming out like who's the best in the East. I think best coming out at regular season.
I don't know. Kyrie owned him just last week.
And the
Was-
Nets
So
is,
are we talking without rank?
Nets is
Like
barely-
right now, who we think? Because that's a different question. Right now, the Nets are on a hot streak.
Nah, it just seems like when anything is on the line, like you got to be honest with yourself. When the Nets and Sixers played, that was a big game. Where was Harden? That's just my question. Where was he?
I mean, that's
He
a
was
good
on the court.
question. That's a good question.
Where was he though?
I thought the game was tomorrow. I didn't know it was today. So he's making excuses.
That's what it was.
I mean,
God.
I don't know.
That's what happened. That's what happened in Houston too, huh?
And that's what I was just about to say. That's what I was just about to say. That's
I'm
something.
tired.
You said what?
I'm tired. That's what he said in Houston. I'm tired.
What's that mean?
I'm tired, nigga. I don't got the energy. That's what he said. I don't got it.
I mean, but you can't pull that shit everywhere, and you've been everywhere,
That's what I'm trying to say.
and you didn't work out anywhere yet.
That's why. Well, that's
I'm
why
not
he's
gonna
saying
say that
Philly
you are this
shouldn't.
time either. You said what, Q?
That's why he said Philly should be in the top.
No, I just think that I think that I think that beyond current game, like the current game, beyond that, they have a good chemistry. They being
do.
Joel Embiid and James Harden. They don't necessarily need to have that chemistry together though. That's where I think we're fucking up. Is we're looking at the game as like a conventional family. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be
Oh.
married and you gotta have the kids and you gotta be married with but you don't necessarily have to. You can have two stars on the court that
Yeah.
very rarely touch the court at the same time.
Well, yeah, but I guess what I'm looking for is
And I'm not saying that's what
And
Philly does currently, but that looks like what they're kind of.
But I mean, if you make it to the fourth quarter, Embiid can handle his own.
He don't need Harden on the court at all.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. In the big games, he's not there all game. It's not like he's, what LeBron was doing early on in his career, first 3 quarters. And then in the fourth, he disappeared until he grew. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to speak. I mean, James Harden, what was he, 3 for 13 the other night? You know what I mean?
Right.
He disappeared for the entire game, not just in the fourth quarter. And they need that. That's what you were brought to Philly for. They gave up a lot of pieces, those role players that would have filled in those extra production points throughout the game. So
It's funny you say that because Aaron said it's only a matter of time. How long is he happy in Philly is how long his stats increase. So my question would be, and I know he's not here at the moment, but my question for you at least would be is, do you feel like his points died off in that game for more than just he had a bad game, or do you think that's just a bad game?
given the history of
You know
it,
what I'm asking? Like, does that
I
make
don't
sense?
know what it is. Maybe Maybe it's him partying too much. Maybe it's, because he's known to party, whether it's before the game, after the game, excuse me.
Right.
You
Oh,
know,
I
he,
never knew about before the game, but I'm not
no,
gonna
no, no.
say
I'm
anything.
saying I don't know. I don't know exact. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying you don't know. But something's going on to where when these games come up, he's not there. He's
Right.
there.
And
He's
let me
just not
let me
there.
repeat myself one time for you, Aaron, real quick, and after this we'll wrap it up. But what I was saying was, you made a point of saying that James Harden only produces good stats when he's happy in his current situation, and we just brought up the last game. I'm blanking. Who was it? Who was it?
But
The
Magic.
was it the Magic?
Yeah.
76ers in the Magic?
All I know is that James Harden
Like,
barely made it against the Magic, and then Kyrie and KD.
well, their last game was Denver.
All right, I'm just guessing. I was trying to
Yeah, it was Denver.
Listen,
Well,
don't throw
hell,
me off.
Orlando took him to
trying to
OT.
help. I don't know
Anyway.
what you were saying. I was trying to help you in.
But what I'm getting at is your game is declining. And I said it the other day. I said Harden's averaging a triple-double. Of course, I didn't mean that. I meant a double-double. And he was at the point that I said that. But now game is declining. Do you attribute that to only having bad games? Or do you feel like there's an issue now, like a rift in the locker room? As you think like it's something else to be said to that?
I don't know. All I want to say is that when it comes down to it, when everybody on this panel remembers James Harden in like a final situation, semifinals, close to semifinals, whatever, he choked. Are we all on the same page on that?
I agree.
Exactly. So that's where I'm at. I don't know where this is going. All I can say is that when James Harden gets close to a situation where he can prove himself,
We don't know. I can agree to that. But I also feel like when I said that they even have an off-court chemistry, that means something. It means
it
something
does.
to
Like,
have
look,
your boy
it does,
with
but
you.
look, it does, but like, what does it mean at the end of the day if it doesn't? There's no
He ain't winning.
there's
accomplishment.
no benefit.
There's no
He ain't
accomplishment.
winning.
They very rarely look good on the court at the same time, is what I'm getting at.
That's a bad thing.
It is. We're not talking about the starters and then the six man comes on and handles his business until the starters come back on the court now. You're talking about two superstars.
Hey, we both supposed to get 26.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's out.
And it's like Harden still gets his assists. Like, he'll still get his assists, but it's not like it's anything crazy to Embiid or, like he gets his assists like a true point guard would. They're open, I hit them. It's not like Embiid's cutting, here's a oop like LeBron and Wade.
Right.
It's more
Right.
like let him do his
Yeah.
thing. I'll give him the ball. He does it. He
It's,
does
it's,
his
it's
own
more
thing.
like here go the alley oop, but this bag costs extra 15 cents in California. That makes it right there. It's gotta hit. It's gotta hit. But I get what you're trying to say. And I'm we all having a good this is Wednesday?
Yep.
Yeah, it is Wednesday.
Yeah, we're all having a good Wednesday.
It's always Wednesday. It's laundry day.
It is. It's damn near always.
Trying to get right. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm not
But
going
Ain't no but. You just button and what's the other thing? With all due respecting, with nothing else after.
Exactly.
That's your period. The shit that we waiting on after is your period. So who's to hit the showers and we'll wrap it up.
What you got, Q?
You said what was that? I'm sorry. I wasn't
Hit
even
the
ready to
showers.
play.
Who's our hit the showers? We wrapping up.
We wrapping up. Who is our hit the showers? Man, hit the showers. Woo!
That's fucked up
That's
that
a
Malcolm
tough
just
one,
put it
man.
on the
new-
guy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
This is Q's second time. He ain't new no more now. Once you
Yeah,
get
right.
there.
Didn't they say once you ain't a guest after you visit one time, we black?
Right. Yeah.
Man, my hit the showers tonight. I hate to say it,
Mm.
but it's the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yep.
Why would
Always
you hate to
is.
say that?
They need to
Always-
shut the whole operation down. And by meaning that is go ahead and shut LeBron down and just call it a season.
They're selling bad rocks.
Yeah.
They
giving
selling
them
bad
the-
rocks. They selling vamp in LA.
Real shit. I thought LeBron hitting that 50 was gonna spark it. And then they took a super L. And
He said they selling bad rocks.
man,
Listen,
I don't know
that's
what
all I
they
could think
showers.
of.
Hit the showers.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah,
come
they need-
see you about them rocks. What you got, Mount?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They need to hit the showers and fire Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel ain't cutting it no more. He's gotta go.
So you hopping on his hit the showers, or you giving the hit the showers to Frank Vogel of the Lakers?
No, I'm not. I'm not giving. I was just
Oh, you was just
kind of following up.
I see what you said.
Yeah,
I
I haven't even
understand.
thought of a hit the showers yet.
Well, I'll take it.
All right.
Unless you got something, you snickering ass. You over there like a treasure cat.
Oh,
He laughing before he make every statement. He do like
You know what I'll be doing, man? You leave you over here. Let me.
man, that,
I'm gonna tell.
it's up.
Listen.
I'm up now. I'm up now.
And them.
Hey, Neon.
Listen.
Nigga, fuck Neon, nigga, bro.
My hit the showers is going to Mike fucking Will Bond. I just feel like hit the showers. Like there's unless they like paying you to go all in, there's no reason for it. It's just like there's no reason for it anymore. It made sense back in the day. And I'm not saying that we're out of the situation, you know? Who knows? COVID can come back strong. We don't know that. But right now, it's not a reason for you to be all up a motherfucker's ass like you are. Calm down. Hit the showers.
I guess I'll give mine to Pauly P then, since his ass was wild.
Listen, he need to hit a cold joint.
Cold.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or a hot joint with no cameras. Get that shit out your system, G.
I'm trying to help people win. I'm trying to help people win. That's all I want. You win.
I'm so pissed on myself, man.
Oh, I can't deal, bro.
Oh shit, this nigga is stupid, man.
Yeah,
He's
man.
so fucking
Ooh.
stupid. He's winning. He's winning. It seems like he's winning.
Look at him. Yeah, look at him.
Shit.
I'm hungry. We good, man. Y'all niggas live your life, man.
Listen,
Like,
but we
Heat
Who
just
else?
came on.
you said what?
The heat just came on.
What?
It's loud. I don't know if y'all can hear it.
Nah, we good.
Okay, good. 'Cause
We good.
it's pretty loud.
Does anybody have anything to take us out? I'm
Make
done
sure-
with you, man.
Make sure your heat's not loud.
Make
It's
sure
loud.
Make sure you put a
Hey.
silencer on your furnace. Make sure you keep your shit in your pants on IG Live. Or at least make sure you run the shit by your publicist. Do that.
Right.
Do that for us.
And
then subscribe, share.
All that. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a phone to tell a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend over the phone.
Boston Celtics are coming out the East.
Hey, look, Malcolm way too Malcolm is like the light skin.
Malcolm's like the light skin what?
I'm about to stop. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said he looked like the State Farm dude.
No.
We out. We out. We'll catch y'all next week. We Saturday. It's a lot going on in the NFL.
NFL.
Saturday. Y'all be good or be good at it.
It's always fucked.